I mean, my answer is... You recording? Sorry.
You want to start again, or just you want to keep going?
Stop!
Let's just keep going.
Okay. Sorry, boys. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to Woodshop 101. This is episode 136 for September 17, 2018. On today's show, we're going to talk about woodshop basics. I am Drew Short of the Rockin' Age Woodshop, joined today by my co-host Sam Wooddell of Sam Ryan Designs, Jeremy Crawford of the Countryside Workshop, and our special guest host from last week, Ryan MacDonald from MacNWood on Instagram. How are you guys doing?
What's up?
Doing awesome.
What up, what up?
Well, we're glad to have Ryan back for the second time. So before we get into our show, we want to thank our patrons, John Ramminger, Sean McHenry, Carl Mose, Neil Sims, and Eric Rhoten. Thank you guys very much for contributing to the show to help keep the lights on here. Just remember, if you would like to support the show, you can head over to woodshop101podcast.com/listen. Find the show notes for today's episode. There'll be links for small one-time donations and reoccurring donations. And if you want to become a patron to our Patreon campaign, just head on over to patreon.com/woodshop101. All of our patrons do receive an after show twice a month as a benefit. So if you guys do contribute as a patron, you will get that each and every other week. You can also support the show by buying a Woodshop 101 podcast t-shirt, hoodie, or revmarker pack. And we do have new styles of shirts that are out, including kids' shirts and tanks for the ladies. So be sure and check those out. Go to countrysideworkshop.com/shop for that link. So like we said, this is our fast and loose episode, so we're just going to go right into the topic, which is basic startups for a wood shop. And this is going to be kind of outside the realm of tools. So I believe we've talked about this. This is kind of why I was thinking we've done this kind of before. But we've talked about tools, but we haven't talked about amenities of the shop. Like, what would we do if we had to build a shop, or if we had to basically deconstruct an area of your home to make it into a shop? Like, what kind of things would you guys want? So, Jeremy?
Recliner, a big TV, and a beer fridge. Oh, wait. Wrong area of the house.
No, dude, I have all that in my shop.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all including that in our shop.
Yeah. I'll start it off. I think my first thing, whether it's a retrofit into your current shop or a new shop, is electrical. But big deal plugs. Get them every so many feet, every 6 feet, every 8 feet, whatever you can fit. But when you do, if you're already going to do the work or have somebody do the work, do yourself a favor and don't run a single duplex outlet. Run a double duplex outlet, right? That's essentially, that's 4 plugs. But if you split them on different breakers, right? Maybe do like how my shop setup is, all the plugs on the left-hand side, not the left-hand side of the shop. All the plugs on the left-hand side of the box are on one outlet. All the plugs on the right-hand side are on another breaker, and that's just so I can run like table saw and dust collection off of the same outlet box, but they actually are on different breakers, so I'm not tripping. So I would say that's the number one thing that, like, if I were to redo a shop or a retrofit, that's how I'm going to run my electrical. And I'm going to put more than what I currently need. So if I need 10 right now, I'm going to put 14. If I have 14, then maybe I need to put 16 in there, because you'll always end up using them more. So
yeah, and I would probably piggyback on this a little bit, and maybe, depending on what kind of tools that you run in your shop, maybe adding some 220 plugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe one on each wall, or side by side with your 110 outlets.
Mm-hmm.
And label them. We label them. Ours are labeled.
Do you need to label?
What do you?
For me, yes.
Hang on.
Because I'm still learning.
Hang on. What do you label them?
Well, yeah. I think my grandpa put, like, he showed me which one was like a 210 and which one was a not a 210, and then I labeled them.
Wait.
Isn't it pretty obvious?
A 220 plug looks completely different than a 110 plug.
Yeah.
Completely different.
You're not pushing.
It's 2, right?
20.
No, a 220 looks just like your dryer plug. It's a big round one.
It's got different configurations.
Yeah.
With
No,
the
wait.
sideways.
So what did I mark then?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out, what you marked.
See, I need someone to teach me. Gramps tried to teach me, but we didn't get very far.
You'll know if you're putting a 220 into a 110.
It definitely won't fit. And if you put a 110 into a 220, you're going to hurt yourself.
Gramps, hand me that mallet, will you?
Gramps! We need Gramps on this podcast right here.
Oh, that would be so funny. Okay, wait. So explain, because I know that like some tools run 220 and some tools don't need 220. But for our listeners that maybe don't understand that, I just don't understand the difference, but maybe you can explain to them what's the difference between 220 and not.
Okay, well, one needs 220 volts to run.
Yes, I know, but like what machines?
No.
Some of your bigger machines.
Explain how the plug looks.
Okay, so a 110 plug, generally on a three-prong plug, has two prongs that sit vertical, and then it has a round one.
Yeah.
That's your ground, right? So that's a typical 110 plug. A 220 is either a 3-prong or a 4-prong, and they're big
I know
round.
what it looks like, yeah.
Okay, right. So that's the biggest difference. Like, you're gonna know. But now, if you're trying to figure out, do you need a 220? I mean, you should know because you bought the tool. But if you don't, most of the time, I mean, I'm sorry, that probably came out horrible.
I remember when I think I was labeling because we were like flipping the switch a lot with this one vac, and I think that's what I labeled.
No, you're probably like 115 to 120.
Yeah, or maybe you labeled it like which breaker number it is in the in the box.
That's what it was.
Like, this is breaker 15. This is breaker 10.
And we put a note in the box of what it is.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm really tired.
Yeah.
You can't put a 220 volt in a 110.
She's like, why is this one sideways? Give me the pliers.
This is
Turn that up.
My best visual. That's all I got.
It won't happen.
You got horizontal, a couple vertical. It's just weird. If it's weird, don't plug it in.
Definitely not a
doesn't look the same.
I know what it looks like.
She's Googling it right now. That's what.
So,
Sam,
I did just Google it.
No.
One thing that I would definitely have as a necessity in my shop would have to be lighting, because whenever I was doing YouTube videos, I only had one light in my shop, and it was horrible when it was on screen. So I ended up upgrading my shop to the daylight, basically daylight bulbs. I think they're, what is it, is it 5,000?
Yeah, either 5,000 Kelvin.
58.
Or they range anywhere between like 5,000 and 6,000. So like 6,000 they say is like the brightest the sun will be at like high noon. 5,000 is like a little bit more, I think a little bit more of a bluish tone to it, and that's like the entry level into like your daylight. So
this is almost like bright white light.
Yeah,
so I would say
it's probably closer to the 6,000.
Probably closer to 6.
I run 6,500, and I have 1265.
Yeah, I have eight banks, 4 bulbs per bank.
Yeah,
I almost did this. 4 bulbs.
It's almost it's too bright. Almost. Well, for me, for my head, it's too bright. But for the majority of the heads out there,
yeah. Well, right? I mean, a lot of people can't tolerate like 6,000.
Oh,
that's 6,000, 6,500. That's really bright. That's high noon. For at least how I understand it, it's like high noon sun, and you're out there with like no sunglasses. So imagine just like staring at the sun or being in the shop with like no sunglasses on. A lot of people can't tolerate it.
Yeah, get a sunburn.
I absolutely hate soft light. So anything that's got like the yellow tone, the amber tone, I can't stand it. I've changed out every single light bulb except for this one because it takes like weird shaped light bulbs. Everything else in my house is daylight bulbs.
Yeah. We just changed that out on our bandsaw. We have like a little, like tiny little light that can go close. And it was like an amberish color. And we just switched it to a bright white. But we have 65 Kelvin and 6,000. We have a mix because our shop in one section, it was just too expensive to buy. And a lot of you guys saw me putting them up, the like LED strips. This is something I do know. Not very good with plugs. But these strips were like awesome. And we got 10 strips and they're 8 feet long. And they have a ton of tiny little LED lights in there. And you can order a big pack on Amazon. And they're like seriously awesome. They don't flicker, nothing. Like the fluorescent lights, flicker.
Yeah.
These you actually have 6,000?
6,000 Kelvin in some, and then 65.
Oh.
100.
Because we have a couple different lights. So 6,000 we had previously, and those were just like long tubes that weren't fluorescent. We took out those tubes and then we rewired it somehow and got the 6,500. But now we have the LED strip lighting that you literally just screw to the joists of the floor ceiling. Those are awesome, and there's a bunch of tiny little lights in it.
So do you have to? Is it? It could be different from where you are to where I am, but we can't get like 6,000. We get 54, and then we get 63, I think.
So we get your common ones here, at least where everywhere I've seen them. The common is 55 and 6.
Okay. Yeah, so you can actually get 6,000?
Yeah, 6,000.
Yeah, I was going to see if I can bring it up.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link because, and I think I have them actually in my Amazon shop. But I think I have the 6,000 picked. I don't know if you could get them where you are, but.
No, that would be perfect because my shop right now is all 6,500. I have 4-foot 6,500s. It's super bright. Like when I go in there right now with my concussion, I have to wear sunglasses.
Oh my gosh. Because it hurts your head.
Yeah. But that could just be because of where my tolerance is.
Yeah.
But like I say, I mean, there are people out there. I mean, I know a lot of people that can't stand that. Like,
no,
like,
right?
It's just it is very bright. And then some people have a high tolerance for it.
Well, I loved it before my concussion. I loved it because it was better than daylight.
Yeah. There's some areas in our shop that still need some lights, so we do need to order some. But all right, what else would you put in?
That's what I was going to ask you, Sam. What's your pick?
Out of anything, imagine you knock down the shop or you're rebuilding. What's something?
What I would want?
Yeah.
If I had to rebuild my shop, number one is I would try and paint it all white and have like nice organized like white pegboards. That to me, that just looks very like clean.
No, not pegboard.
Or wall control.
Yeah.
Why not do just like a full-on plywood wall?
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
That way you could mount anything you want to it.
True.
Anywhere.
Right.
Okay, so here, let's pose this question. You said you would paint it white, but
yes.
Paint what white? Would you do
all my walls?
Would you do drywall?
Yes.
Or would you do plywood walls?
Oh, I would do probably plywood walls.
Right. So the reason why I bring this up is because I just had this conversation with Sam Raimondi. Right. So she's doing her shop, and I posed that question to her. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to close up my walls. So you're going to use plywood or you can use drywall? Because drywall is easy. A lot of people use it. Right. But most people don't think about plywood as a replacement for drywall. But the fact is, you don't ever have to look for a stud. You can hang stuff. I don't want to say never. If you're going to hang something 200 pounds,
super heavy,
then you got to find a stud. But for the most part, like if you're going to hang up a picture or you want to hang up some nails to put to hang some stuff on or something like, or even cabinets. You can hang cabinets strictly on top of the plywood. Like you don't have to worry. You can hang those anywhere. Versus now, if you have drywall, right, you got to look for a stud or you got to put in some kind of anchor. So, what you got?
Do you go with 3/4 or do you go with 5/8?
I probably do 3/4.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd do 5/8. Why?
But if a budget was tight and you had to do a whole shop, would you do it in 3/4 and spend the extra $1,000, or do it in 5/8 and get away with it?
I mean, I think you could probably get away with 5/8. Yeah. But I would try to stick to the 3/4 mark.
Oh, I 100% agree. But if you're in a tight
I think you could do. I think you could get away with 5/8 just fine. I don't think you want to go anything lower than 5/8.
No.
Like if you
not if you're hanging anything between.
Yeah.
Even upper cabinetry on 1/2-inch thick plywood is sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, 5/8 plywood is still better than 5/8 inch drywall.
Oh, well, obviously. It looks cooler, too.
So then you can go back and paint it.
Right. Yeah, because Mikey the Maker, he just did that. He just did all plywood walls. Mm-hmm. I never thought of that. So, okay. So I would do plywood walls, and I would make it nice and, like,
a good
not that light. I don't like our shop. I love the shop. But that's the only thing that I just wish that, like, some of the walls were closed up. Like, on the one side, it's opened. And, actually not really. We have that silver stuff everywhere. So I just wish it was closed up. And because with putting that silver stuff up, the one thing I noticed that stinks is that, like, if I were to ever, like, move into my grandparents' house and maybe take it over from them, would be to take down that silver stuff that kind of has our insulation in it, and then, like you guys just said, put plywood up, because on that wall I can't hang anything. So now I'm losing, like, probably the longest wall that we have in the shop. I'm losing all of that space for, like, organization, and it would be nice because our joiner is there, our bandsaw is there, like, there's so many tools there that, like, I could just grab my, like, different things that I like to use at that place and hang them, like, literally right there. Like, to me, that would be awesome.
Is that something that is feasible?
Definitely.
Then do it.
Is it something you can do now?
Well,
that's what I mean.
I would have to chat with Gramps.
Hey, Gramps.
I have another idea. Guys,
I mean, I'm sure.
Let me just tell you.
I'm sure if you're willing to foot the bill, he don't care.
Corner. Well, yeah. He just gave me a corner of his... The pegboard, which was like pulling teeth, which I cannot believe that he gave me it, but it's pretty exciting. See, I don't have my own shop, so, like, the electricity, like all the plugs and stuff, I have not learned. So Sam, yes,
you are in the perfect situation.
I am.
Like, take it for what it is and expand a little bit at a time.
Yes. So that's what we've been doing. So we've been doing little minor changes, and he's awesome because he and I seriously lucked out with all of that, and I'm not complaining at all about the shop. But there's just like little things with like working that I've like learned, different things. And now today I did my like last thing. I've never changed the roll on the drum sander, and I did today. So now I know everything. We've never changed the roll in all 2 years.
Now you know everything.
Well, no, not everything. Now I know how to like maintenance all the machines downstairs. That was my last thing.
Okay, so let's see. Sam,
paint everything white. Tools.
You paint everything
white. Paint everything white, shouldn't
and
you?
I guess more organization.
But the pegboard thing, you're kind of second guessing.
Now I'm second. So if I were to do plywood, I would not do the pegboard.
No.
Pegboard, I mean, it gathers a lot of dirt too, especially behind
Dust.
it.
Yeah.
So that might be something to reconsider.
All right then. I'm sold. Like you guys sold me. So I would do plywood. Now I'm going to pose this to Grandpa tomorrow. So he'll be calling you guys.
Oh, great. He'll be calling us names is what he'll be calling us. Thanks a lot.
I don't control the check writing on that one.
Nope.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Woodshop 101 is paying for it, Gramps. Don't worry.
Can we pay it in the course of like 10 years? Because it's going to come out of Sam's cut.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good.
That's like what, $3? $3
$3, yeah. I wonder how much it would cost. I'm gonna price it out.
And
I mean, you got to figure one sheet of decent plywood, right? You're not going to just put up crap, but maybe a sanded ply is like $30 maybe.
Call it birch.
Yeah. You want to put all Baltic birch up. 4x8 Baltic birch.
The like really
That's
nice
about $90
oak. The 15 ply oak that we just bought was like $158 a board.
Oak would be the last one I put up because if you try to paint over that oak, you're gonna.
Oh, it looks so bad.
Yeah.
Painted
You
oak.
do not even want to know what I pay for birch.
Just plain birch plywood?
Well, BC Canada, we ship out all fur through the planet. You don't even know. You don't even want to know what I pay for it.
Let's hear it.
Like $100?
How much?
Like $100?
No, I bet it's like
$100 for what?
Like a sheet of plywood?
No, fur. Dimensional lumber, fur.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
Board foot.
Wait, what did you say? My thing went out.
What do you pay per board foot?
Yeah, what do you pay per board foot?
I mean, I can't get fur where I'm at. But
I can't. I don't think I can either.
No, I can get
Pine.
I can get pine, and that's I don't even know a board foot.
The dimensional lumber pine is like for like a 1x4. It varies from state to state. In Texas, it's $4. Here, it's $6.
Yeah.
For an 8-footer.
So,
Like a
British Columbia, Canada, is the mecca of fur. I pay $7.89 a board foot.
oh,
God.
that's encroaching on like walnut prices.
I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
Why?
Well, because we ship it out, post a price, and we pay the price to bring it back in.
Oh my gosh. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, that's bass backwards right there.
So bad. That's why a pine table costs $4,000.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You want to go to oak? You want to go to oak?
How much is oak a board foot?
Yeah, 7 something a board foot.
Here it's like
I was just gonna say, I think
2 what is it?
No,
230
no.
a board foot here.
Stop the
What?
podcast. Stop it. Jeremy, stop the podcast right now. Cut it out. I'm not going to say oak is $2 a board foot.
That's crazy. I don't even think oak's $2 a board foot here.
It isn't. Mine's 4, so high in the 4s, and that's for 4/4.
Yeah.
Well, I've had friends who say walnut is $2.86 a board foot.
Yeah, walnut
walnut
here is
is-
about in between $8 and $10 a board foot.
That's
Yeah,
here.
That's what I pay for fir.
Hard
my
maple,
God.
I'm paying
Or
$3.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
hard maple, I pay $3 too. That's weird, Drew, that your oak is so much cheaper. Is it red oak or is it white oak?
Red oak is cheaper than white oak.
Yeah.
White oak is about $3 a board foot.
What?
Okay.
Then my how much?
Did he fall?
I hope you got that. I hope you got that.
How much did you say your white oak is?
White oak's about between $3 and $3.50 a board foot.
Sam, how much is your white oak?
Ours is, so I think whatever I just said, because I was thinking we were talking about white oak. I don't ever really use red oak. I think
my red oak's around like $4 a board foot. My white oak is probably is like $6 a board foot, I think.
I'm about to tell you right now.
No.
My friend Karen Lavarnways, me and her go to the same hardwood store. She's on Instagram. Check her out. She builds amazing tables. Anyways, okay. So here is our white oak. 4/4, $4.62 a board foot. And the 10/4 is 11.
Yeah, that's like walnut. 8/4 walnut is like $10.80 a board foot.
That's what mine is. Oh, $10.88. Oh, twinsies.
Same season.
So,
But no, like, I mean, nice wood, like aromatic cedar. It's like $3.10. Ash is $2.95.
Yeah, our ash is like $3.37, but it's funny you just said aromatic cedar. Yours is $3.10. Ours is $2.90.
Just
But
depends on where it comes from.
Yeah, but I was gonna say my hardwood dealer said that. Why can I hear myself? Said that cedar is now like way harder to get, and the price is going up.
Now, if you got a local person that mills it,
No, sorry. I just, I literally fell over my chair.
I know.
I know, we got it on.
he hears
Got
our
it,
prices.
and we were laughing so hard.
He hears our prices and
okay.
he's just like falling over.
Falls out of his chair.
No, seriously. I fell over my chair when I heard
You know what I did? I ran into a wall when I was talking and walking.
So at Drew's price, Sam could actually build her walls out of oak instead of plywood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so cheap. Why not?
If you get it, yeah, rough cut. All rough cut.
She's lost again.
Hey, well, you can build your whole entire house out of walnut for the price I pay for pine.
That's crazy.
2x4 fir and pine.
No, I can't even go to Home Depot and pick up a 2x4 for $4.
What?
That's how much it is for a 2x4?
Yeah.
See, I think ours are like between $1.50 and $2.50. If you get select, it's like $3.
Yeah.
That's why in BC, the whole, what do I say, like, construction pine is so popular.
Because it's cheap.
I mean, I will have to say, you can make some really pretty tables out of pine.
I have.
Yeah. That big curvy leg table that I made is all out of pine. That was like one of my favorite tables. I actually just posted on my Instagram today for Throwback Thursday. And it was one of my favorite tables that I built. Just like
now, did you build it or did Gramps build
Gramps did it. I just sat there.
it?
And
Took a picture.
Gramps, that's where the screw goes. Looking at my nails. Fun. Although it's funny because sometimes I get a lot of slack and sometimes I don't. But what I will say is that so many people have picked up that I actually get my nails done. They're like, how do you keep your nails so clean? I was like, because I really don't like looking at my nails when they're dirty. Like they look like man hands. And I'm still a girl. Like I'm a little girly still. So I was like, oh, I get them done. I get the gel. And they were like, oh my gosh, do you ever do any of the staining? I was like, yes, I do. I use gloves. It was funny.
So if Sam had one thing she could add to her shop besides plywood, she would add a pedicure. Pedicure and manicure.
Yes.
Mani pedi chair.
Please, I've been standing all day working. That'd be great.
Make sure that it's a 220 chair.
And then I would have actually 3 more, so you guys could come and experience that too. Because once you experience it, you'll be like, okay, let's go.
Wait. Did you say 3 more? Does that include me?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I would like to come to the shop, but I'm not entirely sure I would want to sit in a chair and have my nails done.
Jeremy, you're sitting with your brothers. We're doing
I'd be real. I have gone and got, like, what's the feet one called? Pedicure?
Pedicure, yay!
I have done that with my wife. Let me tell you this. So I had no idea, right? She was like, oh, whatever. She wanted to go.
Way off
so we went.
Working.
And the lady, she was like, do you want this? I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I want that. Like, I got everything. Dude, my wife got the bill and it was like $75 or $100 for mine. And she's like, oh, hell no. I ain't never taking you again. Ever.
I did that once too.
Ever. Like, you just bought everything in the store and you paid 3 times what I did. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, my bill is always $100 because I have to get the deluxe pedicure. I don't need the deluxe on my hands, but the deluxe gives you extra. It gives you a lot of massaging for like 20 minutes. Seriously.
Oh, good grief. We have derailed off
We have really derailed.
Okay, so Ryan, what's something you would want in your shop?
Right now, a drum sander.
That's not a typical tool either that people really can afford. It is a luxury kind of tool.
So what's the question?
That's what you would want.
Yeah.
What is something luxury can bring, or?
Yeah.
No. I'm just making a point. That is a luxury kind of tool because most people don't. No. They don't have the money to afford something like that. And
really, they're not all that expensive. I mean, you can get a Supermax, which is really good for around $1,000 to $1,300, and a lot of people spend more than that on like bandsaws and other things.
Yeah,
but you also think though a bandsaw or a table saw.
Oh no,
or
definitely
like
more
that,
multi-use. Yeah,
multi-use. Yeah, you're buying a one-trick pony for the same price, and that's what people have a hard time letting go of the purse strings for.
You know one thing that I would do that I would probably say is overlooked by most shops. And that's because most shops already have enclosed walls, is good insulation. Like a good, solid foundation of insulation, like thick insulation in the wall. I think a lot of people, and I know I do now, like I'm like, oh yeah, I got insulation. Like, but do I really? I don't know. I didn't take the drywall down to actually look if I had insulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how good it is.
Plus, air conditioning. Is overlooked a lot too.
Yeah, or climate control. Whether it be heat or air, depending on where you're at. Yeah. Like if you live in an igloo, I mean, I guess you may not want a heater in an igloo either.
It will melt your house away, and then you won't have a shop.
I was just gonna say, like, depending on where you were at, and I don't need air conditioning. Like it's.
There's snow on the ground year round.
Your walls just radiate the cold.
That is so funny.
Or along with like the insulation, soundproofing. Like some kind of like
soundproofing would be nice.
I hope each and one of you three come to BC and
I'd love to
experience it. Like, you'd be in shock.
Do I need a parka?
Yeah, do you have a spare igloo for your guests?
No, but you will need a rain jacket.
That would be the Guestgloo.
Oh, that's it. I'm never coming on here again.
That was really funny.
Oh, good.
No, you will need a rain jacket, but man, I tell you, I probably get better weather in the summer than any of you guys do.
You probably do. It's 100% humidity here right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's just horrible.
I can't even talk about it.
Oh.
It's supposed to be fall, and I'm supposed to be drinking like a pumpkin spice latte. And it's not.
I mean, it's really not fall. It's not fall until the end of September.
Yeah, I know, because my birthday is on fall. My birthday is September 22nd, and that's the first day of autumn.
Oh, same September as my youngest.
Oh, what day?
14th.
Oh, very close. On the 22nd.
I'd say you could probably take their birth date, but you can't take their age, Sam.
Getting another year older.
I know, but I haven't hit the yet.
What, you got, like another 2 years? 1 year?
Oh, Sam.
Like 7.
Don't even.
How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 39.
See, that's what I am.
You don't even look 39.
Oh, well.
But you're saying
Either just Drew. No.
You're saying Drew does.
You both don't look 39. Like, I would have guessed 32.
Yeah.
It's my eyes. They're pretty.
The sawdust really does wonders to the skin.
It exfoliates. That's what it is.
Gives me a natural dirt sheen.
Ew, I had sawdust on my arm today. And Ryan gave me a kiss and he was like, gross, you taste like wood. I was like, cool.
I don't remember giving you a kiss and tasting like wood.
Yes, Ryan gave me a kiss and it tasted like wood.
He's like, I didn't do that.
Cut it out.
Joey Gladstone.
Did you say cut it out?
Yeah, Joey Gladstone.
No. And it's like, you cut wood?
No. Might be a little
She's losing it now.
Ryan's face is like, no.
Oh, Sam, I forget how young you are.
What did you say?
How young you are.
Oh, yeah.
I know that thing. Cut.
Well,
she knows it from Fuller House, not the original Full House.
Yes, I know from... You guys are so mean to me. First off, Jeremy, aren't you just 3 years older than me?
I don't know. How old are you?
28.
You're 4 years.
Wait, I'm only 2 years older.
Yeah, because you're 30.
Oh, wait.
You can't keep claiming.
No, I'm 12 years older.
I'd say you cannot keep claiming 29 as your age, Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said the other day. I'm just going to have my 29th birthday over and over and over.
I'm 39.
So we're, 11, 10 years. When's your birthday?
February 13th.
Oh, that's my goddaughter's birthday.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Sam,
we done with
Sam,
that?
jump into the what's new.
Jeremy, good luck editing this one.
Wait, I didn't think it was my turn.
It's me.
Okay, well, whoever. Somebody jump into the what's new.
Don't forget,
we
guys.
do a 5-second countdown.
Yep. So we're going to just quickly roll through this to sign off. I know this was only supposed to be a short episode, turned into a long one, but we just wanted to remind you of a couple of things. Our second annual cutting board build-off started September 1st and it ends September 30th. So make sure you enter because the prize packs are awesome. You don't want to miss out. Also, remember to grab your rev markers while we have a few left. They're going to go quickly, so don't forget to order. Also, we have new shirts that are awesome. We have kids, and then we have new unisex, and then we have women's tank tops. And the logo looks different, so they're really cool. Definitely go check them out.
Yeah, definitely did some pretty good designing behind the two new t-shirts. The black t-shirt with the solid white logo, and then the army green tank with a black logo. Looks pretty awesome.
It does look really awesome.
I've already placed an order for one, so
I gotta place mine.
Well, I'm trying to have mine in, and I emailed. I'm trying to have it in for the meetup, which you guys are already listening to, so hopefully the meetup already happened. But I'm trying to have it in by the 15th towards the meetup.
Oh, maybe I'll try that too. I'll order it right now.
Well, remember, if you would like... Wait. I would like to remind you... Yeah, I was going to read Sam's part. That's wrong. That if you listen to the show on iTunes, go give us a rating. I don't care what it is, but give us a good rating. Get some quality, constructive criticism. But a 5-star rating helps us get out to that much greater audience that we so desire. So please drop us a line. We'd appreciate it. Ryan, for those of the viewers that don't know who you are, how do they get in contact with you to find out more about you, dude?
Just check me out on Instagram, MacNWood. That's the best place to find me.
Did you say smackin'
bah. No. MacNWood.
MacNWood. And he is from Canada, people. So. And
he doesn't live in an igloo.
No igloos.
No igloos.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe the Guestgloo, but that's
a Guestgloo?
Yeah, the Guestgloo. For Jeremy, Sam, and myself, you can find us at our respective websites, which is countrysideworkshop.com, samryandesigns.com, and rhwoodshop.com. All of our contact information is on those sites. We are pretty active on Instagram, so feel free to reach out. You can reach the podcast, all three of us, at the same time through the email at kickback@woodshop101podcast.com. Don't forget about the voicemail phone number that we have, which is 409-234-3959. You can leave us comments, tips, suggestions, or questions that we can play on air. And if you have the voice memo app on your phone, send it through that to the email that I just mentioned. It'll be a much higher quality audio, and we much prefer those, but it doesn't matter which way you go.
You can also now with the website take in the contact form. You can actually upload your voice memo file directly to the contact form, and we'll get it.
New That's technology. Awesome. I was not aware of that, people. Sorry. We do want to thank Ryan for coming back on the show, and we will have an after show for our patrons over on Patreon. So if you guys aren't donating to the show and you want to have access to those after shows, be sure and go to Patreon to learn more about that. So Ryan, thanks again for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Dude, it's been a pleasure. I seriously had a fun time. So
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I mean, this has been since
we've been out for a
long time.
I don't remember the first time that we even approached. Like maybe back in February or earlier than that. Maybe
you. Yeah, I mean, I can go back and look at my text. I think it was January because you weren't ready.
A year in the making.
Yeah, like Sam says, a year in the making. But
yeah.
I've been long-time followers of all of you and wish you the best of success. So.
Our first international guest, and he's been the longest one planned.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we greatly appreciate having you on, especially the record setter of our first international guest. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
So, from Ryan, Jeremy, Sam, and myself, we want to wish you guys well. Thank you guys very much for listening. And please be safe in your shop. We will talk to you on the next podcast episode. 1, 2, 3. Boom!
Nice job, guys. I'm going to bed. As much as I love you, I'm going to bed.